Matt, anybody that's driven by Little Al's lately has seen the big flag on the side.
Yup.
And their sign announcing that they're having their big 150th celebration this coming weekend.
It's coming up.
So Little Al's, I mean, you think of Mokena, you think of Little Al's. It's one of the longest standing buildings in downtown, right?
Yeah, definitely it is.
And also a place of lore and legend.
Yes,
and
indeed, yeah.
So we're going to get a tour of Little Al's, a little bit, some of the places you might not have seen before.
Yeah.
Some places I haven't seen before, so that'll be cool.
Yeah.
And then also at the end of this, we're going to hear the interview I did. I sat down with Little Al for an audio-only interview about a year and a half ago, and so we'll put that on too. Really interesting. Little Al is a character and one of a kind for sure. So Matt, one of the legends I remember hearing is that President Lincoln stayed in the upstairs when it was like a boarding house of Little Al's. So,
that's an old one. Yeah.
All right. So was it true or not?
So no, unfortunately not. It cannot be true, as the building that now houses Little Al's was not built until 1875, which is 10 years after the president died.
Okay. So pretty easy to rule that one out.
Pretty easy, yeah.
What are some of the other like lores and legends that people have told about this building?
Another one I've heard over the years was that the building was a stop on the Underground Railroad, which also cannot be true, as the building did not exist in the period in which the Underground Railroad was in operation. It did come through Mokena. We did know that Alan Denny operated a station on the Underground Railroad, but it wasn't here, so was not in Little Al's. There's just a lot of cool oral history that's been passed down over the years.
And one of the neat things you talk about in the book, I think, and we've talked about before, are the different events and all the things that happen here. It was really like a center, for town, and the feather parties were one.
Yeah,
maybe talk about that and some of the other events that they were known for having here.
Yeah, so feather parties were held from time to time when Richard Mueller ran his bar here. That was between 1945 and about 1965. I think they even had feather parties when it was still Hirsch's, before Mr. Mueller. But a feather party is basically like a raffle of dressed turkey or a live goose, live duck. How they did them here was individual paddles would be sold to people for, I forget how much, like 25 cents a piece, something like that. And then there would be a big wheel that had numbers on it corresponding to numbers that were on the individual paddles. And they'd spin the wheel, and if the wheel landed on your number, then you won a turkey.
Wow.
There's a gentleman from the Mueller family who, Mr. Mueller's son, that I have spoken with from time to time over the years, who grew up here in this bar and told me that the morning after a feather party, feathers would just be all over the barroom floor. So
must have been quite a sight.
Yeah.
Anything else they're known for? Any famous events that they would have here?
Maybe not necessarily famous events, but they had masquerade balls in the 1880s during the years of Charles Sheik, who was the son of the original owner. All different kinds of parties. People from the city even came out to them. There always was something going on.
And
dances.
How about the layout? Is the layout, much different than it would have been back in the day?
I'd imagine it'd be about roughly the same. You can tell from pictures that the bar has always been in the same place. But
is it the same bar? Like, do we know, is that the original bar?
I don't believe it's the same bar.
Okay.
It's the one that's in there now is very old, but it's not original. The interior looks a lot different than it has over the years. But for example, the ceilings used to be much higher, and there used to be a really cool stamped tin ceiling in there. But I think it was the last owner before Al, that was Mr. Walsh, remodeled the building when he acquired it. I think that was around the late 70s or thereabouts. And when he did, he put in a drop ceiling that covered up the stamped tin ceiling.
And then one thing I think is cool about the design, a lot of people might not know, is the windows actually go a lot higher than we see here, right?
Yeah, the windows were much bigger.
Yeah, and had a really cool, there's a cool picture, maybe I'll overlay it. It's a very cool look. So
sure it is.
We're going to talk to Jim and Julie, who are the new owners a little bit, and they're going to show us around. So, but yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about this 150th, but longest bar location, right, in town?
Absolutely, not even close, yeah.
Yeah, so very cool. If you haven't come down, definitely come down and grab a beer here, but let's go in and check it out.
Yeah, pretty much been a bar ever since day one, with the exception of the Prohibition years, although they probably still
There's
were.
probably still.
Although around the turn of the 20th century, there was not a bar here, it was a hall. It's Goither Hall. Hey, how's it going, stranger? Hey. Hey.
The owners.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm Matt Galick.
We're inside Little Al's. If you haven't been, say hi, everybody behind us. We got Jim and Julie and Karen.
I just bartend here.
Karen's bartending. So tell us about what you guys are doing for this big 150th anniversary this year. This weekend.
This weekend,
yeah.
coming up Saturday, we're having a big party. Band, food, drinks, everything. Stuff for the kids to do.
Jumpy house, so it's kid friendly.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, free food actually. It's free food.
Free food,
Yeah,
all right.
free food for everybody.
And-
There's going to be plenty, so don't be shy.
You guys have really done a lot more events since taking over
Yes.
here, with some different band stuff going on through the summer and the spring.
Correct.
That's been what do you guys how are you guys liking it so far? What do you think about Little Al's?
So far, so good. We like Little Al's. We love Mokena. Meeting a lot of very nice people. That's great.
Any
Yeah, we
other
love it.
plans for events coming up in the future after this?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to
For sure.
utilize the outside a little more, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great.
We plan to have a lot of fun out there. It's a great
So
community.
Matt was really excited because we've never been in the basement before. Matt's never been,
Yeah.
so we heard we're gonna get a tour downstairs in the basement, right?
Of course.
Absolutely.
So I asked Matt one of the myths, and we were talking about like what myths and legends of Little Al's, in
It's
the
true.
past,
It's true.
and they're all true, right?
It's all true.
But one of them I heard was the basement is haunted by a Civil War veteran ghost?
I haven't seen them yet. But that doesn't mean
What do you think, Matt? Is that one true or?
I've heard that one, yes.
All
We
right.
actually had a guy that Al used to hire to paint, and he went downstairs and like came up screaming and was white as a ghost, saying he saw a Civil War guy down in the basement. So
Really?
it must have happened because I know Louis, and he's not gonna lie.
There you go. That sounds like proof to me.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, we're glad you guys, have taken it over, kept a lot of things the same, but also made some changes here. Besides this big Cubs mural, it was all fine until then. But
Before it's all Sox fan. Oh, yeah, Sox fan.
yeah, so no, thank you guys for having us, and congratulations. I mean, 150 years is awesome, and cheers to Little Al's, right?
It's made out of 15,000 bottle caps from Lagunitas.
Wow.
Oh,
there
you
Cheers,
go.
yeah.
Come take a
Pretty neat,
picture
huh?
before you go to the Cubs game.
All right, let's go.
I'll be single in 90 seconds.
All right, sounds good. All right.
There's our waddly, so.
Oh, yeah. Wow, man. Very
So,
cool.
That's the back door that goes up.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's just empty space.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's underneath the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
So Matt, there used to be stairs from the front, right? That came.
Yeah, there were stairs that
See where that is?
that went in from Front Street down here.
Okay, so on the probably over here.
Yeah. Because they used to unload beer just straight from Front Street right down into the basement. So.
Someone said that this was a bar around here for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
guess that was the first floor. First floor. Street went right up to it.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. Yeah. The street used to be a lot higher. Huh. Very cool. I wonder if this is the foundation from the building
That's our
that,
beer
This is where we
cooler.
hang the prosciutto.
that used to be
No,
here.
that's the beer cooler.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's cool. All right. Nice.
And Matt, didn't they hold some early village board meetings down here?
Yeah. The village board rented the basement from Charles Sheik, who was the saloon keeper here, and they held their meetings down here.
You look at the beadboard here on the wall. It's kind of cool. It's probably some old original stuff.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? Is it everything you've always dreamed
Yeah,
of?
yeah. Yeah, definitely. I love it. The story is just that there was a ghost down here who was in a Civil War uniform, and it's interesting because this building wasn't here during the Civil War, but there was a building here before this one that was here, so
You know what, it burned down?
nobody knows what happened to it.
Yeah, I heard it was built in 1852, and then it was rebuilt again in 1875, and I don't know
Yeah.
how long it was, how much time was in between
Yeah.
where there was nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the building got moved or what, but it's probably the original foundation from the original building.
Yeah, you think so?
I think this is.
Could be.
Before 1875, huh?
Could be, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? But
Oh, it would have been very likely they reuse, the foundation stones, right?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's. I think it's older than this.
Oh, really? Nice.
1869.
69.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, Tony, thank you for kind of arranging this and helping make this happen tonight. Tony and Al are our Marine buddy
Yes.
friends and
Yes,
both
we are.
served. So, thank you both for your service. We appreciate that. But we just wanted to come tonight, Al, and kind of talk about you a little bit and get
Yes.
your story and tell us a little bit about where you were born, where you grew
Well,
up.
Like I say, I'm originally from the Roseland area. My father had a bar in the Pullman area, 111th and Langley, and I think I was at first grade, and I knew, and this man taught me how to make change for a bottle of beer, and a shot was 35 cents, and I didn't know how to do it. I had to try to subtract the thing, and he came behind the bar and showed me how to make change. So I knew how to make change when I was in first grade.
Wow, that's one great way to learn your math skills, huh?
Yeah.
So, how long that was? Whose bar was that?
Yeah, and then my dad had that bar, and I went to St. Anthony's School, and then we moved to 105th and Vernon. I ended up going to Bennett, they were both great schools, and they still invited me to all the Fager reunions, and that was nice. Roseland was a beautiful place.
What do you remember about Roseland?
Well, the avenue for one. I mean, we used to cruise the avenue up and down with cars, and hey, want to get a ride? And we pick up some dollies, and remember that. That was nice.
And how old were you when you left Roseland?
I moved away when I was 24 when I got married to my wife Mary.
Oh, so you really grew up most of your life in Roseland.
Right. Oh,
then.
yeah.
And where did you meet your wife? Was it in the area?
I met her at a carnival, but she was going with a buddy of mine. And then he just stopped going out with her, and I guess I started going out with her and never thought I'd marry her, but I did. Here I am, 60 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so what year did you guys get married?
June 9th, 1962, I'm pretty sure.
And you said you were 23 years old?
Yeah.
When that happened?
I was 24.
24. So, as we said, you were in the service, in the Marines.
In the Marines.
When did you go into the Marines?
The day after I graduated high school.
Wow.
1957.
And what was that experience like?
I said, okay, you little dago, get yourself out of this one.
Do you think it was a good overall experience?
No, I'm glad I was I'm proud to be a Marine.
So you were in the service for
I went in the reserves. I was in there for 8 years.
8 years. And so were you married while you were still
Well, at the end I was, yeah.
at the end? So you get married, and you left Roseland then at that
Yeah,
point?
we got married. We moved to Harvey to an apartment. Yeah, we had so she could walk to the train. She worked downtown for International Harvester.
And what were you doing at the time for work?
I was tending bar and cutting hair.
So this bar business isn't new to you then, huh?
No, it's not
It's kind
new
of
to
in
me.
your blood,
No.
huh? What was Harvey like back in those days?
It was nice. It was a nice town.
And anything interesting happen in the bars there in Harvey in those
Yeah.
days?
No, I was tending bar at Vincey's Tap in Roseland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of things happened over there.
Any stories you want to share with us? That
Those are pretty tough.
okay. So Harvey, how long did you stay in Harvey?
7 years, and then I moved to Chicago Heights. And I was there for 16 years, and I came. Then my buddy found this bar, and I bought this bar. I sold my house and bought the bar, Little Als Mokenian.
So you left Chicago Heights around 1985, about then?
Yep, 85.
And did you move into the bar, the upstairs then?
Yeah, I lived upstairs for maybe 16, 17 years, but my wife wanted a house, and she says, we're going to move out to Mantino.
1985, you buy what's now Little Al's.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was it like coming to Mokena?
It's a nice town. I met a lot of nice people. I seen a lot of people come and go, and I seen a lot of people pass away. And I also told a lot of people, say, you know what, you're mistreating this stuff, and you're not supposed to do that.
What was, could you kind of describe what Mokena was like when you bought the
What?
bar here in 1985?
It was different for me. It was kind of slow motion, like, you know.
A lot different than
And I was
Roseland.
like a race car.
What kind of, like, could you maybe describe what Front Street looked like then, or what kind of some of the...
It's just about the same as it is almost today. I mean, you know, but the people were real nice, and I met a lot of great people in my 38 years here. You know, I can't say enough about some of the people that I met.
So what was that process like when you bought here? Was the community welcoming? Was there a bar here already, or?
Well, there were a couple. There was one across the street, and then there was the VFW, and then there was one on the corner. I think it was called Big Shots. Yeah. You know, and the people usually went to one to the other one like a merry-go-round. You know. Yeah, we got to know them all.
And how about over the years? What kind of events or different things have you
we
hosted
had,
here?
You know, we had the events. We had the Lions Club had the tent dance. That was nice. I was always at the door getting lip locks. And then after my part was there, then I go dancing. I start out with one girl, then all of a sudden there was a circle of girls around me, because if you didn't know how to dance in Roseland, you went home with the Tribune. And I didn't go home with the Tribune.
I don't even know what that means. What does that
Go
mean?
home with the Tribune, you're not going home with a chick.
So you didn't have that problem. You weren't.
I didn't have that problem in Roseland. No.
Okay. So tell us about the bar here and kind of some of the stuff that you've done over the years in the bar. Or have you ever had any hosted events? I know there used to be the talk of like the bird party or the fowl
we used
parties.
we used to like Thanksgiving, we used to go get about 6 turkeys, and we'd cook them out there, and you know, and everybody come in, and it was all for free. You know.
Oh, wow.
So that was nice, but then all of a sudden, they start getting old. That I didn't even know who these people were, so we cut that out. You know,
Kind of as the town grew and changed.
Oh
some.
yeah, it changed. A lot of new people. Yeah.
So how do you think Little Al's, the bar here, is different now than it was in, say, 1985 when you came in?
Oh wow, I remember that when that COVID-19 came in. I think they closed me down for 3 months, and that hurt my business a lot. But then it's coming back now. It's we're having a good time.
And you're still cooking. You're still doing meals here.
we
and
still do meals.
Do your spaghetti dinner and
Yeah,
all that.
we started out making steaks on Friday night. You know, they like that. So
Can I step in?
Yeah, please, Tony.
One unique thing about Al is that he has a great following.
Yeah.
He's a 1957 graduate of Chicago Vocational High School, which is over by Chicago Skyway on 79th Street, and there's a group of guys.
We get a lot of. We get some guys that come in from Chicago Vocational once a month here.
Yeah, once a month they come and eat lunch here and interact with him and.
Yeah, and you're right, and and then there's guys from Roseland come here. We have a party with them sometime, and there's people from through my years attending bar. There's a lot of people that know me, so they come this far just to say hello.
Wow, yeah, that's
which is
great.
Nice. Yeah.
And Tony, you kind of brought a little bit of history for us too here with your paper. We can post and share some of these pictures, but do you want to talk a little bit about what you came up with?
We're gonna go back and verify some pictures because Al's. When I was going through this, just because I've known Al now for about 20 years, like I said, Al and I are both Marines. He's very giving. He's a comic. I love the guy. But I wanted to go back and find out a little bit more. So I kind of pressed him when I came in on Saturday about his dad and where the tavern was at. And just by a few little things that he gave me, Barneys Club and whatnot, I was able to go into a newspaper source that I use called newspapers.com. And
well, the one thing I learned how to draw root beer for Filbert's root beer. That's what I used to draw behind the bar for me.
So I found an article from 1958 where his dad owned a restaurant.
I can't.
And Al's kind of shocked that I found that, but I did.
I am.
And then on the following page that we're looking at,
so I'm sorry, Tony. That's Barneys. That's Barneys Supper Club.
His dad's middle name was Barney.
So what do you remember about Barneys?
Well, like I say, I was drawing root beer, and the guy, my dad went to the kitchen, and this man says, "Give me a shot in a beer." They had put a shot on the wash rack, then put it up on the bar, and give him a beer. And I think it was 35 cents at that time, a bottle of beer and a shot. And
you don't still offer that deal here, do you?
The man's name was Mr. Fagan, and he taught me how to make change that day. And I've always remembered that.
Wow, very cool. All right, Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, so sure. So 11112 South Langley Avenue was the Barney's Supper Club. I think it originally started out as just a tavern.
Yeah.
But it rolled into steaks, ribs, chicken, prime rib, the whole shebang.
Yes.
And that's where Al was fortunate enough to have a great job prior to joining the Marine Corps in 1957. So on the second page, which, like we'll share on the website, is the actual building that was his father's tavern and restaurant. Beautiful building. Anything in that area, Pullman, Roseman, they always have nice brick buildings. I'm guessing, was this ever a hotel, or did you guys ever?
Yes, it was.
Right on the top floor.
It was. That's where they housed the workers at the Pullman train shop.
Oh, really? That's cool. Oh. That's cool. So from there, I went to another website called classmates.com. Obviously, they're not paying for any of this. I'm just throwing it out there, but it's a free access. You don't have to even be a member. You can go in there, go in the search bar and type in anybody's last name, and any year, anywhere in the entire United States will pop up your high school picture and all the little things that you did. So right now, the picture that we have here may or may not be Al, but it sure looks like him.
How about this picture on the bottom there, Al, with everybody in the swimming outfits?
I can't remember where I was at.
I'm gonna have to get you a magnifying glass.
I think I'm sitting on the.
You remember that though?
Yeah. I think I'm sitting on the springboard.
Yeah, that's from 1956, by the way.
The second from the left, I think that's me.
And was this your school swim team?
CBS.
Yeah, CBS.
High school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he graduates in 1957, Chicago Vocational, and like all good men, most men, joined the Marine Corps.
Yes.
And I'll let you talk about the Marine Corps if you want a little bit, because it really intertwines. If you look at all the art that's on the wall and all the comical things on the bar back over there, it's all Marine Corps related or military related, right?
Al, what do you think your service did for you as a young adult, as a young person?
Well, I always wanted to be one. I was really 2 inches too short to be there in the first place, but I did it. And I love my country, and You know, it's hard to say about that. You get kind of choked up a little bit. You know, there ain't a lot of people that think that way today.
Yeah. Well, it goes to show how important that is to you, and
Yes.
and you know, this place obviously is kind of a living memorial
Yeah.
to the service, your service,
You're
and
right.
others around here, which is
People,
awesome.
People just, I wore that my Marine Corps had. It says Semper Fi, and the bottom it says the little guy. And I'm just proud to be the little guy that did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The Marine Corps had height and weight requirements. We won't say on the radio here how tall Al really is, but like you said, he was 2 inches too short. But
Yeah.
with lifts and whatnot,
was-
you can get in and do anything, right?
Yeah.
With the little lift in the shoes.
Yeah.
What was really impressive when I was doing the background research on Al is that in 1983, he got interviewed by the Chicago Tribune, and because he is so patriotic, he wrote a letter to the Tribune stating that people should really respect the anthem. We'll post it on the site and you can read it, but it's pretty deep. And it just basically says that when the national anthem's playing, you're supposed to take your hat off. We both go to a lot of baseball games. You don't see that too much anymore. Some people take it off, some leave it on. Some people put their hand over the heart, some don't. But as military veterans, we all do it, and we always want everybody else to do it. So I'll let
Al,
you talk about that. Al.
yeah, what made you want to write the article?
I just had my triple bypass, and my buddy took me to Wrigley Field, and these two guys were sitting down at the national anthem, and I think if I didn't have the triple bypass, I probably would have ended up in jail because I would have went and got him.
So fast forwarding, if I can jump from that to
Sure.
to the next
Yeah.
one. Prior to little Al being here at 11034 Front Street here in Mokena, this place was actually called the Old Hotel Inn. It was actually a hotel. But in 1974, this place was robbed. And I'm laughing because it's so long ago, but there's a article in a newspaper called The Star from 1974, and it says there's a $500 reward. So I printed it out. I brought it in just to show Al.
Nice.
Thank you, Tony. That's really interesting. And
The bar in my life, it was just a job that I enjoyed doing. That it was nice, and my dad said to me one time, I had a shot with my buddy. Came in the bar. He was 1 month older than me, and I was 17. He turned 18. And I was standing in the bar, and he said, have a shot. I said, okay, Jer, happy birthday, boy. My dad says, you know what? I don't know if you're going to be a bartender or bar owner. He said, when you're behind a bar, you don't drink. And here I am, 84 years old, and I'm not an alcoholic.
well, that was probably a good advice to follow then, huh?
My dad taught me that.
So, what's it like working behind the bar here at Al's? Like,
It's fun.
you have a few characters that come in this place every now and then?
I know I was all the time. I was going to write a book. I had everything, I had all my notes with this guy, but he passed away and his brother didn't know where they were at. I was going to name the book The View from the Other Side.
Any stories that you might be able to share with us?
Well, I don't think I want to do some of those.
You can tell
And I think there were two guys here
safe
one
ones.
time there's two guys here one time, and the guy says, hey, let's go across the street and play pool. He went over there. Then this couple came in the back. He said, hey, this one guy's got a gun. And he said, oh, he's coming in the back now. And he says, hey, did you see that guy I was? I said, yeah, he just was here. He ran out the front door. When he ran out the front door, the cops were waiting for him. That's one of them.
Wow.
Something like that. So
What a lot of people don't know is Al here has a great voice. And if you ever want to hear it, come in here on November 10th, which is the Marine Corps birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy can sing like you wouldn't believe.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's killer voice.
I would definitely have
voice.
to make it down here for that.
Yeah, killer voice, Tom.
Well, Tony, you've spent a lot of time with Al. Any stories that stick out to you that you think he should share with the listeners?
Like I said, he's a unique, friendly guy. Like I said, we're both military, but even though we're so far apart in age, he actually feels like he is my brother, which
Yeah,
he is.
we are.
I'm going to be like him here and have a tear in a minute, but he's just very giving. People have no idea how many meals he's made here.
Yeah.
They have a kitchen literally 50 feet from where we're sitting at.
Yeah.
And the staff and, everybody he hires that comes in here, everybody's very nice.
Yeah. So a lot of pasta out of here.
A lot of pasta, yeah. He always has the special during lunchtime.
Yeah.
A lot of great meals. And like I said, I'm not in here a ton, but when I do come in here, it's for where I grew up under the Chicago Skyway. There was a tavern on every corner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and you don't have that in this neighborhood.
Well, this definitely has, is the small town
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
I mean, we live down the street here, and it's, walk in, after, later at night with a couple neighbors and have a
Right.
few drinks, and
Yeah.
and it's just, just a comfortable place.
Yeah.
It's comfortable because if I get somebody that's like rowdy, I just tell them, hit the road. I don't want to see you no more.
And he breaks out his Bruce Lee moves and throws them out the door.
Yeah.
Right.
That's happened.
Yeah.
And the police, they like me too because they say, you don't have no problems in that bar.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowadays, and probably in the last 20 years, the term dive bar has always been used.
Yeah.
And whether it's a dive bar or hole-in-the-wall bar, you got an owner here that really loves the community, gives back to the community, and
Yeah.
and likes all his patrons that come in here, Can't say enough about him. I don't want to get him too tall here, but
Yeah.
he's a great guy.
So, Al, I've heard, back before your days, the basement was used a lot for,
That-
I think,
that was-
village hall
yeah, that was-
meetings and different things like that.
They tell me that was a dance hall down there.
Okay.
They had church down there. Upstairs, they housed the men that worked on the railroad. Then it turned into, I guess, a whorehouse, I guess, too. That happened up there, too. So,
Wow.
Brothels are us,
I mean,
right?
I mean, it happens.
a lot of things happen in this building. They tell me that Abraham Lincoln slept there one night. I can't prove that, but they told me that.
It's a good story, if nothing else, right?
Yeah, well, the older people that already gone,
Yeah.
they said that he was up there for one night because they had the railroad right here, and that was it. He stayed at the hotel.
I'll have to research that one.
Yeah. What? How about? How is the inside? How does this place look now compared to when you bought it in 1985?
I don't think it's changed that much. No.
A couple different posters on the wall or something
yes,
like that.
yes. Yes.
But nothing significant for
Other than
changes.
Right.
the Illinois machines now, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
No, then they got our poker machines now. That's new.
With the town, just kind of being here, and with Little Al's being such an important part of downtown Mokena, and it's definitely a significant point of the history of Mokena, being one of the oldest buildings here.
Yeah, if you probably have to replace one of these doors, I don't think you could replace it. You'd have to really do something,
Yeah, they got a custom wood guy. Yeah.
because they don't make doors that size no more.
So you get really like kind of a flashback
something like-
when
you
you
know what I
walk
mean?
in this place.
Yeah.
You can still feel like what it was like
We
20,
got
30
to
years
invite
ago.
this old house to come here and
Yeah.
keep it the same, but
For
This
sure.
is
freshen it.
Yeah, the back part was an add-on, and underneath the kitchen was a cistern. Somebody filled it in with dirt. I don't know why, but it was a cistern.
Tony, I don't know if there's any more you want to add or anything you think would be interesting to listeners that
Tony
or
did a nice
Al?
job on finding
that's
some
very
of this
nice.
stuff out.
I got more. I didn't bring
This,
everything with me.
That I can't believe.
Yeah. So if, like I said, if you're new to this podcast and never been in Little Al's and you want to pop in and really pop in on November 10th. I know everybody knows Veterans Day is November 11th, but us Marines have a birthday which is
November
November
10th,
10th.
1775.
Correct.
Samuel E. Nichols signed up the free recruiter in Tunn's Tavern, Philadelphia.
There you go.
It's brainwashed into our head.
That's right.
So, Al, if you could fast forward 20 years from now and look at this place, what do you hope that it looks that Little Al's is in 20 years from here?
I would hope it'd be the same way.
Yeah. And
Why would you change it?
if somebody hasn't been here before, what would that mean to them? Like, how would you describe walking in the front door of Little Al's for the first
Well,
time?
there ain't too many bars like this anymore. They're all like 20 TVs, and loud music, and you know, me. This is it. This is a neighborhood bar.
Yeah, yeah. And how about a little bit about you and your wife? Where are you at when you're not here? What do you? You have another house.
We're probably going somewhere for a ride into Indiana and going to a friend of mine's restaurant and eating dinner.
And how about for anything you do for fun? Any extracurricular activities or?
Well, extra. I don't.
Are you a traveler or?
No, I'm not. I haven't had a vacation. I went to Italy for 3 times. My wife has been there 12 times.
Wow.
She likes it up there. We belong to this Veneti del Mondo club, and that's the Northern Italians. That's where I get my blue eyes from the Germans up there. The other side of the mountain is Austria. So,
Wow. That's awesome.
So I'm probably an Austrian with an Italian name.
Well, there's so much with this place. I think I'm sure but I think most people that have come in here understand it's a special place.
Oh, a lot of them. There's just a lot of people like a bar like this.
Yeah.
Because They just like it. They say, hey, there aren't too many bars like this. We like this kind of bar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's just screams community. This is a small town.
And we put our own things up there, which really shouldn't be up there, but I do it because that's the way I am. I do it the way I want to do it.
I think that probably sums you up more than anything else.
Yeah.
You do it because that's the way you are.
That's the way I want it done.
And you're true to yourself. And everything you do.
And if you don't like it, it's too bad.
It is a great little shot in a beer bar. Like you said, you don't see those anymore. Everything is all fancy drinks and, like you said, sports TVs and jukebox blasting. But this is very comfortable.
Yeah.
Come here for a couple of hours, have a beer, talk to Al.
Yeah.
Well, Al, anything else you want to add? Any words?
I want to thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate it. It's nice of you to come
absolutely.
down here.
Well, Tony? And thank you, Tony, again for kind of mentioning bringing up the idea and arranging this. And like I said, the first podcast that we did was on Little Al's and the history of this building.
Yeah, and
it was very, very popular. It was by far, like I said, more people have listened to that episode, and it says something about the place.
Yes.
Kind of that. This place has that grip on history,
Well, a lot of people says, 2-3 years, you'll be here, you'll be gone. I said, okay, yeah, all right. You think so, huh? I didn't think I lived this long. I'm here 38 years.
Wow. Well, you're, and I believe you're close approaching you're the second longest owner right now of this building. And closely approaching the longest owner. So hold in there.
That's in there.
Get you that record.
Thank you.
So, again, Al, thank you very much for talking to me tonight.
Hey,
Tony coming as well. And for those of you who haven't been here, stop in, say hi to Al or whoever's working. It's a great community place. Good dinner. Any dinner specials you want to promote while we're...
Hey, we sell a lot of hamburgers.
Do you? Best hamburgers in town.
Best hamburger in the area. Not in town, in the area.
Oh, the area.
For the best price.
Awesome. Well, Al, we hope this place is hanging around like this for another 100 years.
Let's hope so. And I want to thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate talking to you.